Alright guys, welcome back to VHS Horror Night. It's November of 2019 and it is my pick for the movie. I got the year 1988 and I picked this little beauty, Dead Heat. Dead Heat stars Treat Williams and Joe Piscopo, which is fitting because it's a buddy cop movie. Its tagline here is, you can't keep a good cop dead. I was just going through, watching trailers, and trying to make my pick. And it's a zombie buddy cop film. It's a film about two cops, and one of them dies and gets brought back to life, and it's a giant zombie plot. So, as you know, this month is my pick.
Okay.
I got the year 1988. So, I'm guessing...
Dangerous 80s.
Dangerous 80s, man. So, the film that I picked is quite the interesting one, I hope.
Dead Heat. Oh, God.
So, just looking at that cover, how you feeling?
I don't know, I was really looking for Arnold. Not gonna lie. You can't keep a good cop dead. I mean, it doesn't make me feel great. Doesn't make me feel great.
Quite the tagline, huh?
Yeah. This guy's eyebrows. It doesn't make me feel great at all.
Like, does it make you just feel bad about the movie, or does it make you uncomfortable?
Both.
I feel like this is the definition 80s cop movie turned bullshit.
I think it's gonna be like RPD, but terrible. And RPD was pretty bad.
Yeah.
This is 80s cheese galore. Fancy mullet man over here. I wonder if that's Joe Piscopo. I feel like that's gotta be Joe.
Gotta be Joe.
I feel like that's gotta be Joe. That dude with the brows, that's definitely Treat Williams. Oh, I thought they were gonna give the other guy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that would have been good.
The other side panel, that would have been dope.
There's an ambulance explosion on the front.
This is gonna be so fucking bad.
I'm gonna read through the back myself here, really see what's going on. Dead Heat. Maverick LAPD officer Roger Martis, Treat Williams, is out to prove a point. And he's gonna prove that point. He's going to be a good cop and a dead cop. And nothing, not even death, is going to stop him from nailing the bad guys that did him in. Prepare yourself for the decidedly offbeat comedy and thrills of Dead Heat.
Investigating some frightening goings-on, Mortis and his partner Doug Bigelow, played by Joe Piscopo. I just like saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Piscopo.
Piscopo.
You gotta put the hand in there. Pay a visit to Dante Laboratories. It is here that they discover the high-tech resurrection room that has been churning out a weird band of recycled and indestructible criminals. And it is here that Mortis meets his untimely death.
But not all is not lost. Two can play this zombie game. And soon, Bigelow and the newly undead Mortis are giving chase to louder milk.
Right?
The mysterious philanthropist, Mr. Thule, and the malevolent butcher and chief coroner, McNabb, whose dedication to pathology has made him more than a little pathological.
Police work is tough enough without having to tangle day after day with the same dead criminals, but hey, if you can't beat them, join them. So, after reading that nice description, what kind of stuff do you think is going to happen in this movie?
Lots of shooting, lots of explosions. I think that's about it.
Just lots of explosions and shooting.
It's going to be cheesy action cop type theater.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit of Arnold Schwarzenegger type dry, stupid humor in it. The tagline, "You can't keep a good cop dead," really just eats away at my soul. I think it may end in a fiery explosion that they're running away from the laboratory, because I like calling it a laboratory.
Yeah, backs turned.
they're going to be running away,
Mm-hmm.
hair fanning in the wind. The lab's going to be set to detonate because the main villain's going to have this awesome plan that's going to lead to the self-destruction of his own lab. And they're going to be running away, slow-mo, and just go for the dive, you know?
Yeah.
And they're going to be fine.
Mm-hmm. Any moments you're looking forward to? Anything that you're like, oh,
Well,
this
obviously
better
the van
happen?
blowing up better look just that good, if not better, in real life.
Yeah, they're teasing it on
They
us.
really
It better
are.
be there.
Wait, maybe that's an ambulance.
What's his name in the movie? It's Roger Mortis. I feel like he's going to he's got it set in his ways that cops are always supposed to be good and do good for the community. So he's going to do whatever he possibly can to uphold that law.
Yeah.
And in doing so, he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Get killed in a line of fire.
Yeah.
This is tragic.
Mm-hmm.
It's unbelievable. Shit happens every day.
I can't believe it.
I can't, you know what I mean? Like, that's
Hero going down like that.
But
yeah.
that's the way the cookie crumbles. Except he comes back as a zombie.
Sounds like it.
Indestructible zombie. But when he comes back, he obviously is going to do the same thing he did before he died. Because that's just, he's a good old-fashioned guy.
Yeah.
He's just stuck in his ways. I think he's going to come back, and I think he's going to defeat all of these criminals. Louder milk. I don't even know what that is. I think he's going to defeat Louder Milk. But I think there might be a nice little twist at the end.
Yeah.
Where, they're not indestructible, obviously, since he defeated them. He found out a way to defeat them. But in finding that way to defeat them, he also goes down.
He has to go.
He's got to go. He's got to go down that hero that he always wanted to be. He died tragically in the first place. He comes back, gets that second chance, kind of like the Crow, and he does it. He goes down in the process. I don't know how, but he's going to come out on top.
Sounds like a cop dies, comes back, they resurrect him because he's one of the best cops ever. Dead heat, baby.
Dead heat, baby.
But zombie game. So my guess is that they have kind of a person that brings criminals back to. Fuck, I messed up my speech again. Criminals back from the dead.
Yeah.
And puts them back in the real world. Everyone's like, wait, didn't I shoot that guy last week?
Yeah.
And he's, and this cop is in the wrong scene at the wrong time, and he gets killed. And then they're like, hey, we've been on this investigation, and then they find this resurrection room out of nowhere, and they're like, yo, we're gonna bring him back to life, and we're gonna fight these, we're gonna fight these people.
What are you thinking? The good old scale of 1 to 10. Where you think dead heat's gonna come in?
Alright, so from an action standpoint, I feel like it's gonna be a 10.
Yeah.
From a horror standpoint, a 2. So altogether, I'm gonna give it 5.
Alright, so we'll call it a 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
My math is great on that. It evens out.
Yeah, I think that's how averages work, yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 5 overall.
I'm going to give this a solid 2.
Yeah.
Preemptively. Based on my viewing pleasure.
Yeah.
Pre-rating, I'll give this an 8.
Pre-rating of 8.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. If the acting is as terrible as it usually is, that's a plus.
It's a plus.
That's a plus.
I'm gonna lowball this one because it might be really bad.
Yeah, it could be.
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's 7 or 8 worthy. Last ones.
I'm going to give it a 6 right now, just with the cover, and hopefully it sticks to that, or higher.
Or higher.
Or it's your fault.
Or it's definitely my fault. I know it's what I said last time, but I'm also kind of feeling like this could be an 8. I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot less horror and a lot more cheese, but I'm totally down for that. Let's get into it.
There's definitely something very weird going on here.
Detective Roger Mortis has a problem. He's dead. But Detective Bigelow is bringing him back alive.
We have something on the monitor, Captain.
He's got 12 hours to solve the toughest murder case of his career. His own.
right this thing? Maybe we could drown it in A1 sauce.
Treat Williams
Sit down.
and Joe Piscopo are dead heat.
You shoot them, they don't die.
You can't keep a good cop dead.
What do you do?
He did this stupid wrestling roll, and he hit my glasses up my face, and it broke them. I'm gonna do it just for the video. I'm gonna do it with the lens out. That's what he asked me to do.
I was gonna say you can't even tell, but yeah, you can.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good, you're good.
Alright, you know.
Alright.
Since I'm gonna be on the boob tube, my friend just broke my glasses. You know? See? Broke them. It's okay.
Alright. So, Dead Heat.
Dead Heat.
Yeah, just general thoughts first. Like, yeah, what'd you think?
My face hurts.
I'm sure.
It was alright. It was a little off in places.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't like is that they killed his partner off scene, but they killed the main character on scene. Like, that didn't really make sense. It wasn't bad. Could have been better in a lot of areas. It felt like kind of like an action movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I get like where like the horror comes into play with the resurrection. Yeah, I mean.
I thought it was alright.
Yeah.
In the beginning, it was alright. It had comedy to it. It had action, like I predicted. Not so much horror.
Not very much at all, no.
No, but it was alright.
It was bad.
Yeah?
That was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was the quintessential 80s action movie bullshit that I fully expected.
Yeah.
I hated the action.
Mm-hmm.
I hated the drowned cop.
Mm-hmm.
I hated the plot.
Mm-hmm.
I hated that they broke into it. That whole lab by short-circuiting the board with his clip from his badge.
Like his guest pass.
That was bad.
I did like it.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. The acting was just about what I expected. The guy that I thought was going to have a lot of one-liners, he had a couple of them. They were pretty funny. A lot of them fell flat, which I guess maybe that's the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Comedy has changed, advanced, I guess. The plot went pretty much just as I expected. They rode off into the sunset at the end, ready to disintegrate at the end of their allotted time.
Mm-hmm. To melt away.
Melt away into the white light.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was pretty much what I expected.
It was good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I don't know if I liked it as much as I thought I was gonna, but I did like it a lot. I think overall, it was a lot of what I expected. Not as many one-liners as I thought, but honestly, a touch more horror than I thought, because I actually had like one scene where I'm like, all right, that's cool. That's cool zombie stuff. I think there was just kind of like the more plot-focused moments were easy to get like lost in, so I think that's a little bit of a drag, but there was usually stuff happening, and when there's stuff happening, I enjoyed it. Like, this isn't a horror movie, and it's definitely not a movie for the plot, you know? So the more time we spend discussing that, the less interested I am, because I'm like, come on, I know what's happening. I know what I want to see. And for the most part, it did give it to me. Anything stick out to you? Any favorite parts?
No, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the jam session in the beginning where he's tapping on the car when they're driving, because it reminds me a lot of me and Evan in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Evan's the one that's tapping and jamming out,
Always,
and I'm just
always.
like...
I liked his makeup as it kind of advanced through the movie, how he eventually got more and more dead.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting how he got more and more badass looking as he died, but...
Dude, that scene where the cop that was dying came into the police station totally reminded me of Terminator.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he was just He was just guns a-blazing on automatic with a whole row of clips on him. But the best scene at a police station thing was him shooting the other guy that was resurrected, and it just... it was awesome. Yeah. It was awesome. They're both, and then he just throws a nade, and it's sprays it one time.
One more time, and then closes the door.
Just like, what? It was alright.
My favorite scene, easily, hands down, was when they went to go find Dr. Thule in Chinatown. And then that he dropped the switch, and the whole restaurant lit up, and the duck bodies were coming back to life. There was a part where, like, the giant bull cow thingamajigger that was gutted came walking out of the back and was messing around. That was that whole scene right there. When that pig attacked. What's his face? Bigelow.
Yeah, Bigelow.
Yeah. That was, hands down. Hands down.
My favorite part is the dead pig. I'm sorry.
No, that's good.
That was good. That was literally my favorite part. I thought it was gonna like the blowing up of the ambulance. No, it was the dead pig attacking. Yep.
My favorite part of the movie was when they went to Chinatown, and they flip this switch, and this lightning starts coming from like a chandelier, and it's the same stuff that resurrects the cop and all the other zombies, but it goes around like this, just like meat shop, I guess, and starts resurrecting all the corpses of these animals. So you have like these birds start coming alive, squawking, and like a dead pig come back to life, and then like a bull carcass come out of the back, and it was great. Like, it was actually like a cool like horror idea. I think like it wasn't scary, it was lighthearted, but like it was cool and like an actual horror themed thing. It was like a really demented Shell City from like the SpongeBob movie. So that was fun. Like when the water comes on, brings all the fish back to life. It was a lot like that, except they're still dead. Like, ugh. Parts you didn't like so much. Least favorite part, perhaps.
I don't know. I thought it was all pretty good. There was... The ending kind of felt a little flat just because it was like, all right, how many times can we throw this dude into a death situation and not kill him and just make him look as mangled as possible? That was kind of getting a little tiring towards the end because we'd seen it so many times. I kind of felt like that one chick that was dead the whole time. She was lying to him, put him on this little goosey goose chase.
What a twist.
Felt like her character kind of wasn't needed. It felt like they were giving her a lot of importance, and then they kind of were just like, psych! Yeah. The only real thing is, she's been dead this whole time.
See, I fell asleep about 20 minutes before the movie ended, so probably around there.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, because it started like slowing down, didn't really care anymore.
I didn't find it funny.
Yeah.
It had some cheesy lines in it, which I expected. And they didn't even blow the shit up at the end. It just kind of blew up. Yeah, that was a special kind of bad.
The only thing I really like is that it took, like, at the end, the old guy that was supposed to be dead just walks out and he's the leader of everything. Yeah, I mean, do you guys want to live forever? I have a way.
I don't think so. I liked it all. I really did, yeah.
I think my least favorite part was probably just like some of like the drier dialogue scenes, because like I said before, when there's stuff happening, that's really when the movie like shined. Like, and for the most part, it did have a good pacing. Like, there was stuff usually going on, but you do have to have your beats. You do have to have a little bit of a plot, even as loose as it is. Because like I feel like the whole timeline for when you decompose was pretty loose. Didn't really make a lot of sense. Like, to lay it out to be like, how could this happen? Because there was a part where they're like, you probably have like 4 hours left to live, and they walk outside, and it's like mid-afternoon, and then it literally cuts to a nighttime shot, and it's like, And then the movie goes on for quite a while after that, so it's pretty hard to believe. So where were we at before for the rating?
4, I believe I said it could hit an 8. I think I was hoping for an 8.
Yeah.
I think
where'd it land?
I think it dropped a point. I think this lands at a 7 for me.
Yeah.
I feel like they did a lot of things right. The acting was good. I don't know, I felt like there was too much, I don't want to say action, but I felt it was more leaning towards the action side than it was, like, anything else. So, like, that whole ambulance scene at the end was kind of like crazy. I feel like they had to throw the horror tagline in it just because they were doing a lot of, like, creepy stuff at the time. So I feel like that's kind of why I got lumped into that category, whereas it was kind of just more of like a weird sci-fi action thing.
Yeah.
I've knocked down, you know what, no, I'll stay at 6.
Stay at 6?
Yeah, because I don't, like, it wasn't really that bad. I mean, like, it could have been better in a lot of places. That's why I'm staying it at 6.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was like, 7 now, because it could have been a lot better. You know?
I'd give the movie a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10. So we did bump up, though.
Yeah, you bumped up only because
of the Undertaker.
It wasn't as bad as Twin Sanity.
Fair enough.
I was at least entertained by this in some way.
Yeah.
Even though it was through our laughter. But what an adventure.
What an adventure.
Crikey.
I think I'm actually gonna go up in my number.
What was it?
I'm gonna go with a 7.
Oh, a 7.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
liked it. I did.
What was it before?
It was a 6.
All right,
So
bumped it up.
But yeah, I did. I liked it.
All right.
Yeah, I was impressed.
So I'm giving it like a 1 for the horror, a 10 for the action, and like a 7 for the comedy. So it's gonna even out to like a 6 now.
So it's like a 6. So it actually bumped up a little bit, even though you fell asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I could have made it. I could have.
You just didn't want to.
I didn't fight hard enough, you know.
I didn't believe enough. I originally gave this movie an 8. I think I'm gonna probably drop it down to a 7. There was like a little less than I wanted. I still don't feel like I can give it that full 8. But yeah, I think I really liked it. I think I had a good pick. So this will wrap it up for this month's VHS Horror. Hope you'll join us next month for Trilly's pick, I believe. We're gonna go and figure out what year that is, and I guess we'll see you then.
Favorite part. You know what? I'll give you a favorite part.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when he became the inspiration for The Undertaker sitting up. When he decided that I'm going to unzip this body bag while I'm half cooked and just sit up. That was my favorite part.